Let's do this. So, bro, my
Heck
name is
yeah.
Jeremy. Um, Welcome to People Globally. We're definitely going to be having a great interview. I'm going to be asking you some questions about yourself, who you are, what you do, all that stuff. I've already done a little skim through your profile, seen some things of who you were, and, before we actually did a video interview. So I appreciate you
Mhm.
for allowing me to talk to you today, bro. So, without
Yeah,
further
thanks for having
ado,
me.
of course, bro. Without further ado, I'm gonna pass on the mic to you, bro. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
All right. Hello, I am Young Delirious. I am an artist based out of Houston, Texas. Um, yeah, I don't know. My favorite color is red, and I like Vans a lot. I've been making music for about 5 years now.
Ooh, that is beautiful, bro. So what inspired you to get into music? What was one of your biggest inspirations or aspirations, as we call it?
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I always loved music a lot. Like I would have my iPod shuffle on, and like
Those are
on
the
the way to
days.
work or on the way to school, I would just have like, yeah, long time ago. It was like fourth grade. I would just have my earbuds on in the back, and I'd be like screaming every word to every song. I know it annoyed my mom, but it was fine. Uh, she put up with it. But I always loved music since a kid, and I never really got into hip hop until like I grew up in a country town, so like hip hop is it's like Satan over there. So
Ooh,
I never really like listened to it much. Um, so, but once I heard Eminem, I heard Not Afraid. I think that was the first rap song I heard, and I was like, this is really good. And then I started checking out like other stuff like Drake and Lil Wayne, and I started liking hip hop a little bit, but I was mainly into rock for the longest. And then once once I got to high school, I started listening to pretty much only hip hop. And then I found this one artist named G-Eazy, and I don't know
oh
what it
man,
was about him, but like it was like I heard Me, Myself, and I thought it was really good. And I listened to that song all the time, but that's all I knew. And then I watched the video for it, and I was like, "This guy's white." I'm like, "What the fuck?" This is not what
yeah,
I expected. His voice doesn't sound like it.
yep,
But and his like style was very weird. It was like it's like a 19 like 50s hairstyle and like very different. Something I never really seen in hip
yeah.
hop
G
before.
Easy. So G Easy. I'm glad you brought that up. We can both relate on that because I listen to G Easy a lot.
Heck yeah.
Um, and his style is very, very, like you said, it's different. Got the 90s hairstyle, and his voice does not sound like a white guy. When he
Not at
raps,
all.
he sounds like a black dude. Just be honest. Let's just be honest. When he
Yeah.
raps, he sounds like he's a black dude. And you think that, and it's just when you hear him flow and style, and you gotta think about where he came from too. He came from the Bay. He
Yeah,
came
Bay
from
Area.
California, yeah, Bay Area from California. So, it is the way that he was brought up and the people he was around had a big influence on that. So I appreciate
Hmm.
the way G Easy has been able to break open the game for diverse cultures of rap, and that's
Oh,
so beautiful,
100%.
bro. So beautiful,
Yeah.
bro. It's
Yeah. It was
amazing.
like I love him. And whenever I found him, I was just like I listened to some other songs after watching the video because I thought the video was like really powerful. And so I started realizing like this was very different. This is like these things happen, like that album, like Must
Mm-hmm.
Be Nice. Like his old stuff was something I
Mm-hmm.
never heard before, and I was just captivated by it. And then he would post like these videos of him on tour, and I was like, I just fell in love with like just the lifestyle that was portrayed in those videos. So I really fell in love with hip hop when I started listening to him, and then Logic, came into my life, and a bunch of other like NF, Big Sean, Kanye. It all ended up growing on me, but
Yeah, man.
I never really wrote much until I think I was 16 when I wrote like my first lines, but it wasn't anything I took seriously. It was like I liked this girl and she had a boyfriend and he was cheating on her, but I couldn't do anything about it. I had no game. I was like nerdy. I had braces. I had pimples. I was not like a good looking dude or anything. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna, write about it. And then it started like rhyming and I was like, okay, cool. So then I found a beat and then I think I wrote 4 songs before I started taking it seriously. So it was just a hobby thing, man. And then once I actually the what sparked it for me was when I went to my first concert. I never been to one before. I was 17, I think, when I went to my first one.
Hmm.
Super overprotective mother, like if just very overprotective. But somehow I got her blessing to go see G-Eazy whenever he came to Houston. And it was on the Endless Summer Tour. So it was him,
Ooh.
Logic, YG, Yo Gotti, and Made in Tokyo, which was a fire ass lineup. I didn't know it at the time. I only knew who G-Eazy was and Made in Tokyo because of Uber Everywhere. But that was it. Like, I was like YG, Yo Gotti. Like, I think I heard their names, but anyways, yes. And Logic, I hadn't even heard anything by him really until the concert. But I went there and I was like, I remember we pulled up to the parking lot and just so many doors were open for me that day because I'm like an avid fan of Red Bull now. I don't know why. It's just Red Bull's just everything to me. So we park in the parking lot and we're just walking to the gate. My first concert ever. My dad had to go with me because my mom didn't like. She said the only way you can go is if your dad goes.
Oh,
So that was like the
wow.
one exception. So I'm going to this rap concert with like my 45-year-old dad, and I didn't care though. I was like about to have a blast. So we're walking to the gates, and then we see these two really hot chicks next to a Red Bull car handing out Red Bulls. And I was like, I'll try it. I never had one, why not? And then like I was hooked on Red Bull from that point out. Their marketing is insane. But that got me hooked on Red Bull. So I had energy, it was flowing through my veins. It was already a great atmosphere. And I walk in and I watch Made in Tokyo perform, and then Yo Gotti and YG, which was kind of shocking. I don't know if you know a lot of YG songs, but
Yeah, I
he has a
do.
song called Fuck Donald Trump. And
Yep.
he performed that in Texas. I was like, that's ballsy. I was like,
Yeah,
geez, this
yeah.
guy is he's got balls. I was surprised. But so yeah, I mean he was a good performer. The crowd didn't really know him like that though. Like there were maybe a couple, maybe like 100 people who were there for him. There wasn't too many. The crowd didn't really start filling up until Logic came out. But when Logic came out, it was the most inspirational like thing I'd seen up to that point. It was just like his entire set. I didn't know any song, but his entire set was about like pursuing what you love and like, doing the impossible and trying to inspire people. So that's kind of when I felt the first little spark. And then when G-Eazy came on, like I knew every word to every song. And it was just from that point on, I felt like a connection with him and like all these strangers in the crowd. I was screaming every word to the songs with that I like never felt before. Like I never felt that type of connection with anything. So once that happened, and like I remember going home that night, and on the car ride home, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like I want to be on that stage in front of thousands of people. So ever since that day, it's just been pretty nonstop. That's what really sparked it though. That
Hey
first
man,
concert,
that
so
is
it really did it.
inspiring though. That is truly inspiring. And like I've spoken to like quite a bit of music artists, mostly written recently, a lot, but I'm glad that
Mm-hmm.
video interviews are coming out because it's time for people to get to know different artists, people who want to be artists around the world and who actually want to inspire people through music. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
artists do not have a platform to be able to do that because everyone is trying to enter that gate. But when you give people a platform to do that, now you're putting them in the gate to be like, look, you have your voice to shine, your time to shine. This is for you. This is how you want to inspire the world, and this is what inspired you to be the artist that you are now. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's powerful, bro. Like that is so powerful. So what kind of struggles have you faced, with with being an artist and trying to, perfect your craft or, get to where you're trying to be? What's
Mm-hmm.
some struggles that you faced?
Oh man. So once I graduated high school, I mean, I always struggled to like get people to take me seriously. And at the beginning, it's very understandable because like listening back to the songs I first wrote, terrible. Like I don't know why I thought they were good. Thank God I did, or else I might have stopped. But I thought they were the shit. They're not. They're really bad. But like I started writing. I really took it seriously after that concert, and that was in between my junior and senior year of high school. And so when I was in my senior year, I released a mixtape, and I just printed out a bunch of CDs, and I like got the cover art taped on them and all that, and I handed them out at school. So like in high school, the first struggle was just getting people to take me seriously. Um, that was a big one then. But then after high school, I moved out because I grew up right outside of Houston in a very small hick town. And so once I graduated a few months later, I moved to Houston, and I actually lived with my uncle there. He gave me a decent deal on rent. So Granted, I slept on the dining room floor, but you know, I didn't have to pay too much, so I was able to afford it. um, and I was broke as shit though. Like before I joined the military, I think the most money I ever had was like in my account at once was I think $700. Like I was very broke. And I was when I moved to Houston, I worked at this burrito shop, making I think it was like 850, but they liked me, so then I ended up like getting promoted to be like one of the managers, and I made $9 an hour, which is still like not a lot of money, but it's just all this responsibility for the same for like 50 cents more an hour. But yeah, and it was like maybe a mile away, so I had a truck and it was paid off, thankfully. Like thank God my parents paid that off for like my graduation present, so I didn't have to make any more payments on that. So the only bills I had was like rent and insurance, and that was really it because we had Wi-Fi at the house, so I'd use that, um or at the condo. So I would really just spend all my money on music and gas to get me to shows, because I did a lot of open mics while I was in Houston. And yeah, being broke is weird. I kind of like it though. Like now that I'm not broke, it's like there's a beauty in it. There's a beauty in being
Yeah, you
broke because you
admire
have is that
it.
there's you, when you have nothing to lose, there's I mean you just go for it all the time. Like it's a beautiful thing. Like I just constantly writing and recording. I would spend so much time in my room. Like I would work at night, usually like 3 to 9, and then I would just write and work on music. The almost I was a psychopath. I was really like I probably had problems like how much I worked on it. But yeah, it was crazy.
Nah,
I
but it
remember I
all
would walk
pays
to
off,
work.
bro. It all pays off. That's the good thing.
It
It all
does.
will pay off.
Facts, 100%. Like, and I'm nowhere like near where I want to be as far as the peak goes, but like, I mean, even just being where I'm at now, it's definitely been worth it every step of the way. Just seeing how I progress. Because back then, like, I would record. I used FL Studio, so I recorded in FL Studio in my room, and then I would mix my own songs. They were sounded terrible. The mixing at least did, but like just the amount of improvement that has come with the work that gets put in has been very awesome to see. Even if I don't have like all of the not clout, but the attention that I feel like it might deserve, like it's artistically, it's been worth it every step of the way. I would never
Yeah.
take anything back.
And that's the thing, bro. It's all about the artistic, appreciation of music, People look at
Mm-hmm.
it as in, oh, you got you got a lot of followers, so it's worth something. Like, let me be completely honest with you. Followers don't mean a thing because you could have less followers and still have a high reach of amount of people because at the end of the day, there's impressions, there's views that come
Yeah.
into that. You could be an artist that has 85 million plays on SoundCloud, but still only have 2,000, 3,000 followers, but you just had 85,000 plays, 85, no, I had 85 to 85 million plays on your
Mm-hmm.
SoundCloud, but you still only have
Yeah.
like 3,000 followers. You still made 80 grand plus off of your royalties. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're still winning. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day,
Exactly.
the people who really care about the followers are the people who are insecure with themselves. At the end of the day, bro, when you're making music, it's all about your articulate, your talent, your artistry. It's all about how well you can perform, how well you can do that. Because, at the end of the day, when we look at followers, Instagram can decide to take them out. They can decide to make it to where we don't see how many followers a person has. They can do all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's their
Uh,
platform. Twitter, same
yeah.
way. Twitter can do the same thing. So
That's true.
people, and that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to get people to understand the beauty within the art that people are creating instead of worrying so much
Mm-hmm.
about the likes. Did you notice Instagram has a new feature where they just had it to where you can discard the likes? All it shows
Mm-hmm.
is someone liked, it said someone and others. It doesn't say the number of likes anymore. They got rid of that.
Mm.
And they're making it so you admire the art instead of just admiring how many likes somebody has. And that is a
That's
really,
true.
really good thing that a lot of artists, need to take into consideration. It's about how many people you can reach. how many people you can reach, how talented are you, how much are you building your craft, and that's so beautiful, bro, that you are working on that and you're improving every day to improve your craft. That's so beautiful, bro. It's so
I
touching,
appreciate it. Yeah,
and
thank you.
of course, bro. So another thing, bro, is what is a positive message that you would like to give to other people since you've been inspired yourself?
Oh, I would say just whatever you love to do, do it. Like life is really short. I mean, we're all gonna die eventually. I think we spend way too much time just like working for the dollar, you know. And don't get me wrong, like there's nothing wrong with making money, but I think like trading your time for that is honestly not worth it. I think it's more important to do whatever you love to do because you never know when your time could come.
Hmm.
I would say that like doing what you love is I think the very most important thing that you
And
can do.
investing your time in the people too. That's another thing,
Hmm.
bro. Most definitely.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
really
people
important.
globally.
Yeah, people globally. There you go. Like, and yeah, invest your time in the people because, like, at the end of the day, like, people are dying, bro, and a lot of people have left this world and not have been able to share their stories at all. Like, there's people we
Hmm.
don't even know. We just hear about a mass shooting happen, and there's these three people who've died, but we know nothing about them, you know?
Hmm.
And it's just
Yeah.
like being able to hear their story, it is something that
Hmm.
really brings us together. And I know there's people out there that don't want to share their story because, of course, we have people in the world who are uptight about themselves. But, as
Hmm.
long as you're trying to really help people connect, that's like really important. So, like, I like that, bro. I really do like that. Do what you love because when you do what you
Yeah.
love, you'll be happier.
100%. And
Definitely
I agree with
happier.
what you said too. Like, I think investing in people is very important. I mean, like, I wouldn't push that message personally because I'd be a hypocrite. I'm not antisocial, but for the longest time in music, I was completely antisocial. I didn't like working with people. I thought if they didn't work as hard as me, then they didn't deserve to work with me. And I felt like I was the hardest worker. So I was super like in this little circle in this room by myself, like I don't want to work with anyone that doesn't work as hard as me, and I am obsessed. So that makes it like a very small possibility amount of people that I could work with. I'm working on that though. I've gotten a lot better with it, with collaborating, but it's still something that I have to really work on, is like
Yeah,
really
collaborate, of course, bro.
connecting with
And
people.
I understand it's hard, collaboration is key though, bro.
Hmm.
As long as you know that like when you collaborate with people, it really helps you out it really helps all of you out together. It's
Hmm.
incredible. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm starting to do music shows for artists on Instagram. And I feel
Oh
like
wow.
the reason why is Instagram presented me an opportunity to be able to you know, get funds, make money off of Instagram. So I decided to say,
Oh
hey,
wow.
why not give a platform for the artist, to make donations off of their music, instead of them having to stand out in the streets and be out in New York City trying to, write a music. Why don't we just promote a show throughout the week?
Mhm.
And then at the end of the week, we do a show. They make their money from their talents, and everybody gets paid on the first of the month.
That'd be awesome, dude. I like
Yeah.
that.
And and it's just
Heck
it's
yeah.
not only like it's helping bringing the artists together and also helping people explore what their talents are and who they are. So
Hmm.
it's really important, bro, like about that collaboration thing. Like that's like so important because it,
Yeah,
it really helps everyone come together, bro. Like most
it
definitely.
does.
It's incredible.
Like it can help open a lot of doors, like just
Hmm.
artistically and networking, I guess, in both ways. But really,
Hmm.
like when you work with someone, you get new ideas. You
Hmm.
know, it's like when I listen to new artists, I'm like, oh, that's something I never heard. Like that's something I could throw into my music. So
Yes, indeed, bro. Yes, indeedy, indeedy. Incredible. So what are your plans for the next couple, let's say the next couple years, 3 to 5, at least 3 to 5.
3 to 5. All right. So I'll get out of the military in approximately a year. So for now, I have to deal with this decision that I made. But the thing is, once I get out, like I'm not sure if you're familiar, but you get the post 9/11 GI Bill, which is basically you get 36 months of school for free, like paid for tuition. You get rent paid for. So While I did not expect to join the military, and sometimes I'm like, wow, if I didn't do this, I could be so much further artistically. Another way to like look at it is like I have a bunch of schools on my list. I filled out most of my application. I just have to finish up applications and start applying in August and September. But uh, once I'm able to do that, say like my top school right now is USC, which is Southern California, not South Carolina. If I get accepted there, I'll be like the military would have gotten me a ticket to LA that I may not have gotten before. So we'll see. I got to finish out this contract, finish up my album. I've been trying to learn a lot more instruments in the meantime instead of just rapping. So just keep on working on my craft, finish out this contract, and then see where I get accepted, and then choose a school to go study the music industry.
Dang, that is beautiful, bro. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful, bro. Oh
I
man.
appreciate it.
Of course, man. So the last question I want to ask, bro, is if you could make one big positive impact in the world, what would it be?
Oh man. Oh, I like how that's the last one. That's a tough one.
I know.
One big positive impact.
I'm a very tricky interviewer. I know.
Yeah, no, you're good. Oh man. Does it have to be? Oh, geez,
It could
that's a
be
tough one. Does
anything.
it have to be realistic?
It
Or
can be
can it be
realistic,
something?
unrealistic, whatever. Just throw whatever you comes to mind out there.
Okay. I think, and this would never work in our world, but I think if I could do anything, I think I would just get rid of money completely. Like no such thing as currency. And like we could all live in a space and place where we can just, do what we love and not have to worry about having to like, pay the next bill or, live in this cycle where we're just kind of trapped in society. I
Mm,
would, if there was a way to do that, that's what I would want to do. So we could all just live and, be happy and live life and do what we want to do while we're here. Cause who knows, how long we're going to be here and what's going to happen after. So
yeah. And
that's what I would do.
that's beautiful because at the end of the day, bro, a man made a dollar. So man made money. So like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
money never really had to be here. It's just
Yeah.
man thought it would be such a great idea to profit off the next man. And then it just
Hmm.
kept going from there. And then it just became this whole cycle, like you said, of a trap for society. So it really,
Yeah.
we've seen what it's doing to people now, and it's getting worse.
Yeah. It's sad. I hate seeing like just people trapped in like, a life that they hate because of that. It's really unfortunate.
It really is,
It's very
bro.
unfortunate.
Yes,
I'm very
indeed.
interested in like economics though. Like I love that type of stuff because it's very interesting to me, like finding creative ways to make money. But at the end of the day, if it could just never have existed and we could have this like utopia where we just kind of do what we love, I think that tops it 100%.
Yeah, exactly, and be happier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I actually have a question for you though, because I feel like
Go,
no one asks you questions
go ahead.
since you're the interviewer. What gave you what gave you this idea to start people globally?
Well, bro, I really thought that connecting people around the world was one of the most incredible thing to do. I actually got my inspiration from a company named Honey, which is Humans of New York. Um,
Hmm.
and he interviews people basically in New York. Um, and I wanted to do it to where I opened up the spectrum to where instead of just interviewing people based on your city, based on where you live, based on, those street interviews that people do that don't talk to nothing about except for what people got and the materialistic things. Instead of actually
Hmm.
doing that, I decided that it's time to actually connect people truly by sharing their stories, by doing video interviews with people and actually talking to them about what needs to be talked about, by exploring different people's talents, by understanding different people, seeing what people have to offer in life, talking about things that are going on in the world that we can fix ourselves, that's not too late to fix, things like that, having these conversations with people that we should have had when human society began. So I'm
Hmm.
really trying to open up that door for people to really share their stories around the world. And I think if we can push this and push this and push this and push this and push this, I actually just got a team. Actually, am starting a team now. So we're gonna be
Heck
pushing
yeah.
more and more video interviews because as great as the written interviews are, I love it. I feel like when people watch thousands of video interviews of people around the world, that will really set the mood for impact.
Yeah, for sure. Heck yeah. That's awesome. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, man. It's something that we really need. Like we need this. Like it's not a we don't need it. It's we need this. Like this is something we need, like because we don't have enough of it.
Hmm.
We
Yeah,
definitely
no,
don't.
I love that. That's
We de-
awesome, bro.
yeah, bro. We definitely need more of this. Like positivity keeps pushing, that negativity is gonna slowly go away.
Yeah. Facts.
And
Facts. Hell
that's
yeah.
my ultimate goal, bro. People globally is to get everybody, and you will see that there will be eventually people who are popular on the internet, like G-Eazy and all those artists. If they're still alive at the time when I get to them, they'll be
Hmm.
doing interviews like this too. And I'm gonna treat them the exact same way as everybody else, like a human being, because that's who they are, is a human being.
Yeah.
They're no
Facts.
they're no different from me and you know.
Hmm.
And that's how I look at it. Like we're all human beings, and we have to learn
Yeah.
to see each other that way.
Hmm.
And
Amen to that.
that's the people globally, bro, for you.
Hell yeah. I like it. I'm with it. 100%.
Thank you for asking that
Awesome.
question, bro. I appreciate that.
Dude, of course. I had to ask. I never like I saw you DM or I saw your message and I was like, I've never seen something like this. I have to ask where the idea came from.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being curious. Like it's awesome, dude.
Oh,
It's always. I appreciate people who ask me questions because I don't get asked questions a lot. Trust me. But
yeah.
everybody always asks me, do people interview you? And I said, no, but there will be a time where people will try to interview me all the time. So when
Oh
that
yeah.
time happens, I'm going to be extremely busy. And then at that
Hmm.
time, I'll actually have a team who will be able to go out and execute interviews with people. So that'll be awesome too.
Hmm.
They'll be
Heck yeah,
impactful
man.
people as well.
Yeah, for sure. Shoot, I might be able to. I have a buddy who has a podcast. I might be able to hook you up with an interview if you want to like try to spread the word more. I'll see if he's open to it.
Yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure,
think your
bro.
idea is awesome. I know he'd love it too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'd love to, man. For sure.
Yeah, for
All right,
sure. All right, bro. I
all right,
appreciate
brother.
it. This is awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it, man.
No, of
I'll be
course.
sharing
Yeah,
it
for
with the
sure.
world myself.
Heck yeah. Send me the link whenever it's up. And
Got you, bro.
I gotta get your Instagram because I mean I know we connected on Twitter. I gotta get your Instagram too.
Yeah, I'll send you that. All
Awesome.
right, bro.
All
Thank
right,
you,
bro.
man.
Hey, yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. Let me know if you ever need anything.
We'll do, bro. All right.
All right.
Peace,
Take it
brother.
easy.
Take it easy too, bro.
Bye.
All right. Bye.